1, 2. Here we go. It's my time to rise. It's my time to shine. It's my time to live. It's my time to fly. It's my time. It's my time. I can see it. I can feel it. Time has come now to reveal it. I've been waiting for a long time. Gotta do it. And won't let nothing hold me down. Gotta do it. Cause I may not get another chance. I believe it. If I want it, I can have it. I believe it. Done with falling, with losing, want to do it. I think I'll tell myself again, I can do it. Yeah. It's my time. It's my time.
All right, it's my time. Y'all know if you have been listening to me for the past few weeks, I love it's my time because I'm not just talking about myself, but it's your time. It's my time for us to rise, for us to shine, to move on upward to our purpose, everything that God has in store for us. You are listening to Living Life Successfully with Sonja Busha. I am your host, entrepreneur, health and wellness coach, business owner, entrepreneur. Oh my gosh, helping you to live a better lifestyle, whether it be your mind, your body, your spirit, and of course, your finances. And this is Financial Friday, transformation time. Before I go any further, you were just listening to It's My Time by Kelly Price, and I do not own the rights to that song. So I always like to get that out of the way. You know, my guest today is none other than, I can truly say this, she is, let me bring her on up here, not only my business partner, not only a good friend now, but she is also a family cousin of mine that we found out while doing this business. So before I go any further and introducing her, Mika, will you please introduce yourself? Say hi to everybody.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mika Evans. And yes, we are cousins. And we found that out. We actually lived in the same city. I left for a while, came back and got in this business and met Sonja. And we started talking and found out that we're both cotton girls. So,
look, yeah. Call ourselves the hashtag cotton girls. So any of my family that's listening, hey, this is Mika Cotton. And so we have hashtag the Cotton Girls, and we're just loving it ever since. We met actually last year. So we're almost coming up on a year. We can celebrate, you know, when we found, you know, that year break when it comes up, what, April?
It's April 17th, and we're 100% cotton.
I know. But it's awesome. I'm so glad that you joined me today for Financial Transformation Friday.
Glad to be here. Thank you, Sonja.
Thank you. I enjoy doing this so much, you know, and if you have been following me, you know, this week we decided we're on a team together that we're doing this 90-day push. And so you all know me as the health and wellness coach, but I'm also changing lives through the financial industry as well. And so we decided to do this 90-day push to introduce people at a massive rate on how they can obtain financial freedom, how to learn more about the financial industry, by the way, which is an $8.3 trillion industry that we are a part of. And so with our push, you've been listening to my other business partner, which is Michael R. He hasn't put that R in there because there's other Michael Deckers, but he's Michael R. Descartes. How we've been sharing on Mondays, Money Motivated Mondays. We have Toast-Some Tuesdays, teaching you how to dream, how to, you know, vision yourself in another place if finances were not an issue. Yesterday, or today, I'm sorry, you will, or on Wednesday, you heard Workload Wednesday. And Thursday was Throwdown Thursday. So we're excited because on Fridays, I get to feature a special guest. And we have up here Mika Evans from Homeless to Homeowner. And I bet those who are listening, Mika, they're wondering, what does she mean, homeless to homeowner? What does that mean?
I was homeless.
Explain to our listening audience exactly what, when you say homeless to homeowner, because you definitely, girl, don't look like you've been we always don't look like what we've been through.
We
But
don't. We
them.
don't.
Yeah.
We don't. What happened is I was a young bride. I got married on my 19th birthday, and we end up getting together, married, having the house. We did everything we were supposed to do, and I was a suburban wife. And then, soon as I got pregnant, he said, "I don't want this."
Oh, wow.
So I had to continue on, and me and my son, we became homeless.
Wow.
And when we became homeless, we had to sleep in cars. We had to sleep in sleazy hotels. We had to do all that around the Dallas area. His first Christmas was in one of those sleazy hotels. I remember decorating it and thinking, I won't be here forever.
Wow.
I won't be here forever.
Mm-hmm.
And we ended up moving to Kansas, still homeless, and moved to Kansas. And we went through the steps of getting, in a shelter. I went through the steps of getting Section 8 housing, which we were so blessed to have. And once I got Section 8 housing, after a couple of years, I took myself off of Section 8. Wow. And they asked me, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yes." I said, "Because I'm going to be a homeowner one day." Mm-hmm. And so they said, "Well, if you do this, you can't take it back." I said, "That's fine with me." So I started paying full rent and working 3 jobs as a single mother, and in a city that I didn't know anyone. No childcare, no big mama, none of that to keep him. He just had to start watching out for himself. And I mean, at the age of 5, start getting on a school bus by himself. And while I was working, and I ended up, I took, like I said, I took myself off of Section 8. I saved those jobs was for saving, for us to have a home. Because I said, I will never be homeless again. Mm-hmm. And I will never sleep in a car again. And I will never have my baby out like that again. And so I was just determined to not be homeless again. Did I have to be in food lines? Did I have to I never got on welfare. I never got food stamps. I never got any of that stuff. But I did go to food pantries, and I did do all that stuff. And we went without, and we went to the Goodwill or whatever for our clothes. But in the end, I saved every dime, and I was able to put down on a home within a few years of with having no family in town, no nothing. And the first realtor told me I only could qualify for 70,000+. Mm-hmm. So I went to a second realtor. He told me 90,000. Okay. And the neighborhood I wanted to live in, my son wanted to play football for that school's district so he can get a full scholarship, because he knew I couldn't afford to send him to college. Yeah. So the realtor said, "You can't afford that neighborhood." So I fired him and went to a third realtor. And the third realtor got me approved for $150,000 or more as a single mother, because I had those 3 jobs. And we were able to get into the neighborhood that he needed. And I could see that football field from my driveway. And he was able to get a full scholarship for football and basketball after going there for 4 years. And so I just was determined to not be homeless again and not go there. Right. And I ended up being a social worker, helping other homeless people get off the street and get into their own housing. And so that was the most rewarding job I ever had until now.
Wow, I know. Man, Mika, you shared a mouthful with everyone. And for our viewers that are listening, you are listening to, Living Life Successfully. It is with Sonja Busha. It is Financial Transformation Friday. My guest today is none other than my cousin, my business partner and a friend, Mika Evans, and she's sharing her story of how she had this vision of where she came from, going from homeless to homeowner. Now, Mika, I heard you say, and it's weird. Well, it's not weird, but you were here in the Metroplex. We
Mm-hmm.
never once met, never
No.
once knew each other. So I have to say, sometimes when you meet people, it's by divine, appointment by God. And so when you meet, you have to ask God, what is my purpose? Why am I here? What am
Yes.
I doing? And so I heard you say, even for those that are listening, you went from Dallas to Kansas to a whole nother state, took determination. You not only did that, but you took on 3 different jobs, you said.
Yes.
No
Yes.
excuse. No
No
excuse. You did what
excuses.
you had to do. You
Mm-hmm.
also took those, you didn't accept any type of welfare assistance. However, you used what was in place. You shopped where you needed to. You saved money so that you could embark upon that dream. You had a
Yes.
vision. Your son wanted to play football to the point till you fired every realtor until, because you believed your belief system, I'm going to get what I need to.
Yes.
Share with individuals who want to give up. We just had like Throwdown Thursday yesterday, and in that interview or in our conversation yesterday about throwdown, sometimes you have to throw down, you have to fight for what you want. What was it like having to, hearing those no's, going from another city, not knowing anybody, your family somewhere else, starting literally over? How did that feel? How did you go through those obstacles of wanting to give up? Because those that are listening, you have some women going through the same issue, probably some men, I don't know, but to the women that are listening today that have children and want to give up, what can you tell them?
To not give up. I mean, I was stubborn and I didn't take no for an answer. I mean, people would tell me no all the time and people would tell me what I couldn't do. They told me I couldn't buy a house. I bought 3 houses.
Not 1, not 2, but 3.
Yes.
Wow.
I bought 3 houses. And so I was just determined. I
Mhm.
knew that I could not probably have more children because I couldn't afford more children.
Okay.
I raised my son. I taught him what I need to. I taught him to be independent. I
Mhm.
taught him to keep his grades up and to volunteer and to help others.
Mhm.
Uh, During holidays, we couldn't afford Christmas, so we would go volunteer at the children's home.
Mhm.
And I would show him that, other kids, not only do they not have Christmas, they don't have parents. So at least you have me and we have a roof over our head.
Yeah.
And so he was happy to volunteer. He
Yeah.
was happy to help other kids.
Mhm.
We did Meals on Wheels. We even volunteered at the food pantries that we got food from.
Wow.
So
You being in such a position, like you said, you were able to save money to buy your first home. And so in the financial industry market that we're in, even today, when people say, I can't do this, or I don't even have enough money to prepare for the future, to make sure that my family is in a good position for the what ifs something happens.
mhm,
Because that's what we do. We educate people and we teach them. We do financial needs analysis for them to show them what if something did, or what if, this and that. Explain to them how you were able to take the income, you 3 jobs, and how that transferred over to what you're doing now. For those who say, I don't have enough money to survive, I don't have enough money to make sure I can protect my income, or make sure that they're covered should something happen to me. I heard you say, tell them how you did it. Even you knew at that age, struggling to go ahead and have some insurance and things in place.
oh, definitely. I had insurance in place at the time, but it was term because I couldn't afford, whole life or whatever. But I knew that I needed coverage for me and my son, especially being a single mother. If something happened to me, I wanted to make sure that the home that we were living in was going to be paid off, that his college would be paid for, and that everything would be taken care of. When I found out about this industry, I had retired at 39 also.
I know,
I
hey,
retired.
gypsy girl, what is that?
I'm a gypsy girl. I retired at 39 years old from
Yeah.
social work. And I became a gypsy, a self-acclaimed gypsy. And I bought an RV and I traveled all over the country with my dad, and I helped him do his bucket list. And so we went all over, and we found all kind of amazing things about this beautiful country of ours. But in the process of that, I was able to meet someone that got me into this industry, Miss Marion Nash, and I will always thank her forever because it has changed my life. It has changed my family's life. I am able to obtain generational wealth for not just my son or my kids, for my grandkids, and for over and over again.
Right.
The fact that my mother passed away when I was 2 years old of breast cancer. Her mother passed away at 20 years old from breast cancer. My sister passed away at 39 from breast cancer. My nephew passed away at 27 from leukemia. We're 4 generations of cancer. And when somebody came to me and said that it's such thing as insurance of living benefits that you don't have to die to get, that was it for me. I came out of retirement. That was it. I came out. And I want to tell as many people as possible about living benefits, about how you don't have to go bankrupt like my dad did. You don't have to lose your home. You don't have to lose the college fund for the kids. That you will be able to get money while the person is still living to pay your bills and your medical bills and everything. So I couldn't help but get into this business.
Right. So that kind of bridges the gap together because your mother passed away at an early age. And so when you picked up and left Dallas, I'm sure your father was in the picture, but you just said he went bankrupt trying to help, because I know he was a very lucrative, he had businesses and such. But, and had he had something in place, that we have today, could that have shifted the way you experienced, your childhood, as well as from homeless having to pick up because he's trying to repair? He didn't have maybe to give to you, family in different places. Would something like this have helped?
It would have changed my life. I would have been able to go to college. I couldn't go to college. Like I said, I was a young wife. I got married on my 19th birthday. And I didn't have a plan B when my husband walked out on me pregnant. I didn't know anything else. You grow up, you get married, and you have children. I didn't have a plan B. I never thought I was going to be a single mother. But when I got in that position, I did what I had to do. But if I would have had something like this in place to guarantee my retirement, to guarantee that to be able to even borrow from, to pay my mortgage at the time, because I did buy my first home at 19 years old. So I bought my first home at 19 years old because I knew right away after my first apartment, this is not for me. Right. And so I saved then and I bought a house at 19 years old. But when he left, I was out of work and he was the one paying the bills and I lost my home. But I swore to myself, I will never be in this position with a man again. And I never have been.
So for our listening audience, you said something key because this is what we pride ourselves in. This is one of our proprietary products is our living benefits. And your mom passed away when you were 2 years old. Yes. Now, and we talked about should there have been something in place, because some people they may believe us or they don't, but we know and we have seen it work. And when you were approached about this and it took you back, wow, if I could have had something like this. I know you said cancer, you have 4 generations. Tell us a little bit about your, growing up, how it was and the type of lifestyle that you were used to. Had this been in place?
Oh, if this would have been in place, we wouldn't have lost our home. At the time, my parents were making 6 figures. My dad was working in a steel mill up north. My mother was also. They were both steel mill workers. They both had a rent. They had a rent house, and we had another house. They had savings. They both had good insurance. They had the American dream. They did what they were supposed to do for me and my sisters. And then when this happened, it wiped out their savings. The insurance stopped paying on both insurances
What?
because my mother battled with cancer for a few years. They found out that she had cancer when she had me in the hospital.
Oh, okay.
So I don't remember her a lot when I was a baby
Yeah.
because she was always in the hospital for those few years that she was alive. And so my dad was my mother and my father. And so I call him my papa. And so
Yeah.
and so he was everything to me. And I knew of a mother that was always in the hospital. But while she was battling that, it was shrinking the savings. It was shrinking every 401k they had. They were borrowing, they were doing everything they could to continue to pay the bills and the medical bills. So yeah, if this would have been in place, my father could have stayed at home with my mom
Yeah.
through those years.
Yeah. And people, and that's why we're doing what we do. And even while we're using, different platforms to get the word out, if there is a breadwinner in the house, or
Mhm.
somebody who makes, how do I want to say it? If the husband or the wife is the one who is making the most income, you need to consider that. Do I have things in place? Do I have it in order? Should something happen to me, what's going to happen to my lifestyle that I'm accustomed to?
Exactly.
What's going to
Exactly.
happen to my children? How are we going to pay for medical bills if it's a critical, if it's chronic, if it's even, terminal, God forbid. But we have something in place that can help you get past that, while you are on the brink of healing. Because we both know that when your finances, when you're struggling, it'll take you out. When you
It
have
will.
expenses coming from the north, the south, the east, and the west, and you're trying to figure out what to do, your family is dependent on you. And so that's the reason why we're so passionate, because we don't want families to have to go through that. You've experienced it,
Mhm.
seen it, but you had a determination in mind that when you got to a place, even after your first husband, I'm going to do something. I'm going to put some principles and things in place. I'm going to be determined to make sure that this doesn't happen. And not only that, you've been a social worker, moving forward to now a licensed agent.
Yes.
What you have done, your past experiences, how is it making you successful now with Freedom Equity Group, which is our organization? How is that helping you now with your business, your past experiences?
I don't give up. I don't give up. And I don't give up on my agents.
Yeah.
I support them from step one, A to Z, or whatever. I don't give up. I'm a fighter. I'm a survivor. I had to do this as a single mother. I had to do this as a homeless person. I had to do this my entire life. And I know that I've always had God, a higher power, whatever people want to believe in. I've always had somebody carrying me. So I know they're going to carry me through this too. And it's going to help me find the people that need this product. It's going to help me help the people because he knows who's going to have cancer in a year or two. He knows who's going to have a heart attack. He knows whose husband is going to up and get ill. And so, especially during this pandemic and what is going on during this pandemic, when I just had a cousin drop dead. We had a cousin drop dead a few days ago. He was 10 months older than me, never had heart problems ever. And so you wonder, you don't know if tomorrow, today, whatever is promised. And so you have to get things in order now. You have to think about, people get death insurance, as we call it.
Yeah.
But you never think about life insurance.
Yeah.
If you do live through that, what if my mother would have lived through that and went through everything? She would have had everything paid for while she was going through it.
Exactly.
What about people that are going through this pandemic with heart issues, with all kind of issues after having COVID, and they are not able to work anymore?
Right.
This would have paid the bills.
Yes, we have something in place for those who experience COVID results and it turns into a chronic, terminal, or critical.
Yes.
We have living benefits in place for that. And I'm glad to say that. So the what ifs, like you said, what if this happens? What if you get sick and you heal from it? What if, do you have something in place? it's time out. We don't want, GoFundMe and some of the other things are great for its place. But for something like this, we want our audience, our people, our community to be responsible. That's what we're talking about. Like you were responsible and put some things in place. And people think it's expensive. They can start at one place and they can build up. We create business opportunities. If you need business opportunities, if you are unemployed, or if you're even seeking to change your industry and want to do something that is changing lives like we're doing, hey, Mika, what's your text number? How do they text you?
They text me at 469-810-0690.
Is there another way for them to contact you if they want to talk to you about, hey, Mika, I need one of them that you were talking about. They may say one of them, but we know they're talking about living benefits.
They can text me at 40252 to 63975. So
Okay.
it's those two ways to get in touch with me. But the thing is, like, to go back to what you said about the living benefits, a lot of people I have talked about, when they hear about insurance, they're like, I have it through my job. That's term insurance.
Yes.
So are you going to have that job until the day you die?
Accidental. Some of it's accidental on their job.
Yeah, some of it is accidental insurance.
It has to be accident. They have to, so they can't even. And another thing about our living benefits, we're not like some of the other companies. They ask for a spreadsheet. What are you going to use the money for? And you have to, dollar for dollar. You're able to get a hold to what you need up to a certain amount of your, of the benefits, and you're able to use it, whether it be for medical expenses, whether it be for a bucket list, whether it be for a mortgage, whatever you need.
Kids, college funds, whatever. If you're given 2 years to live or 12 months to live, you're going to think about, like I did, you're going to think about, as a single mother, as I was, this house needs to be paid for so my child can have a house, roof over their head. Their college needs to be paid for. And those are the things that I was thinking about when I got term insurance at the time. But the thing is, I had to die to get those. What if I would have got sick as a single mother like my mother did? What if I would have got sick with cancer and going through chemotherapy? I wouldn't have been able to pay that mortgage, and we would have been homeless again. But with these living benefits, we would have been able to continue to live where we lived, pay the mortgage, and not lose the family home. And so that is why I came out of retirement, because I have to tell as many people as possible about living benefits, about that they don't have to lose everything because they get sick. They don't have to lose the family home. They don't have to lose the college tuitions and the college funds. We can help people while they're still living. Yes. And that is amazing.
Yes. So our products create not only, that avenue, but it also helps create generational wealth. We have so many different strategies that we can work out for you. We work with top A-rated carrier companies. Again, I'm just excited about what we do and how we are changing lives. And I see your banner behind you about vision, because it does take vision. It takes vision. I always say you can only go as far as you can see. So, to those who are listening, what are you seeing? Don't put any limits on yourself.
None.
Go within yourself and pray and meditate and ask God, what is my purpose in life? What can I do? Hey, like I said, if you're having issues on your job, if you need a business opportunity you want to start, we work from home. In fact, Mika, you have been traveling, and I have been using that hashtag, hey, work from anywhere.
I work from anywhere. We just recently, me and my spouse, we recently went 25 states in 2.5 weeks.
Yes.
And I was able to pull that laptop out and work from anywhere. While he was driving, I had it out doing policies. When I was in the hotel, I was doing policies. I was getting paid the whole time. He's also in the business. He was getting paid the whole time. People that we met along the way were like, what do you guys do to be able to travel for weeks at a time? And let me tell you, let me show you,
I can show you.
Yeah. What other industry, like I was saying before earlier to you, what other industry, if you don't want to go to college or can't afford college, you don't want to go to the military, and you can't afford technical school, that you can get in and be a professional license for under $500. That's not breaking the bank. That's not putting you in debt till you die. You know, $500, we spend that on a pair of shoes, purse, you know. And so we can actually be a professional licensed insurance agent for under $500 and be mentored to do so. That's what Freedom Equity Group did for me and what we are doing for others. And that just excites me.
And we have ESP also available to us as well. So now we're not only just, they're rewarding those who help build the company. And so we have an opportunity to partake in ESP2 now because they had ESP1. So we have an opportunity to partake in that. And last night, I was saying that it is level playing field. There are no glass ceilings. You have the utmost if you're disciplined, consistent, and we can coach you, we train you, we have teaching available. You have the opportunity to make 6 figures plus 7 for whatever you want to do. It's up to you.
And to go back to what she said, ESP is equity shares in a company. Yes. No other insurance company, and I've asked other agents, they thought it was a joke. When I told them that Freedom Equity Group give you equity shares in the company, they thought it was a joke. And they said, well, that's people that's just at the top. No, it's not for just people at the top. It's for everyone that works and get 100,000 or more. That's what I love about Freedom Equity, because they were agents that saw what was wrong in the companies that they were in. They got together, Ron, and Bill, and they created something that would help agents. They created something. What other company where you could talk to or have, I could call them up right now. What other people that would do that? And then, I talked to other agents. They said, we've never met the owners of our companies. We call them up. We just had a Christmas party with them.
I know.
Matter of fact, Bill asked us to go on RVing with him and his wife on the road, So what other company?
Family.
You cannot do that in other companies. And so I am so privileged and blessed to work with, if I'm going to get into any insurance company, to be in with Freedom Equity Group and to be able to help the lives of the people that we are helping every day with living benefits and with the coverage that they have. There is no longer only term or whole insurance. It's living benefits, insurance you don't have to die to get.
Exactly. So with that being said, we are so glad. Again, I'm glad that you came. I know you're going to come back and we're going to do some more because we want to get this word out. We want to make sure that they understand what we do. Not only do we offer the benefits, like I said, but we're also creating business opportunities for individuals who want to start a new career, who even have their licenses and don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. Or even if you're non-licensed, we can help you get your license as well. But we have things in place. We have the perfect business model available. In fact, you can text me also at 3333. I forgot my 33056 to 63975, or you can just look up my Facebook page, which is, you can go to Coach Sonja Busha. I'm on Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Twitter. We have to use this.
We're everywhere.
That's it. We're everywhere. Or just, inbox us. What's your social media page?
It's just Mika Evans, family, Facebook. Yeah. Mika Evans, they can get me.
Evans, and she'll be tagged in this video as well. I'll have her information listed. But look up Mika. She don't like for me to say Tamika, but look up Mika and ask any questions. And as always, ask me any questions. In fact, go to calendly.com/Coach Sonja Busha and book your consultation now to get more information. Get on my calendar because y'all, we are on the move. We're on a mission. We're on a crusade to help as many families as we can.
And to you single mothers out there that's in a position that I was in, This is something where you don't have to worry about daycare. You can work from home. This is something that you don't have to cold call. You don't have to go up to strangers if you don't want to. This is something where you can make six figures and raise and take care of your kids and pay for their college and everything else from home. You can go to every basketball game, every football game, every soccer game. You don't have to choose between your kids or your job. So look at this, look into this, think about this career. Think about how many lives you can change and how many people you can help, because that is why I came out of retirement, because I saw I could help people, and I got a big mouth, and I will continue to tell as many as that's them cotton girls. Y'all see us, we talking. I'm gonna tell as many people as I can until the day I die about living benefits, because it is truly changing lives.
Yes, it is. And that's not all we do, you all. But if you want to know more, again, schedule that appointment, inbox us on our social media page, because we have a plethora of things that we're able to do for you in the financial industry. And we have fun doing it.
Yes, we do.
Always.
Yes, we do.
So we're looking forward to seeing you again come Monday and throughout the week. Make sure you join me. Make sure you look to see what's out there. Make sure you like all of my pages. I forgot to say I'm on YouTube as well, utilizing that social media. But you have a YouTube station too.
I do. Full-time gypsy life, because I was a gypsy. I'm a full-time RVer with my dad. All our adventures and all the places that I go, I post on there. So full-time gypsy life. Our full-time, gypsy life RVing with Mika Evans. So we'll tag that also. It's so many venues we're on, and we've done so many things. And like I said, I love the gypsy life, but I love helping people more.
Yes. So Mika, we're going to go out to my song. I love my song. You are listening. I'm gonna put it on there. You're listening to Living Life Successfully with Sonja Busha. This was Financial Transformation Friday with my business partner, my friend, and my cousin, Mika Evans. So make sure you continue to look out for what we have available. We do have a March Super Saturday coming up. It's going to be March 5th. Make sure you look for our Zoom invites, because you don't want to miss that event. It's going to be great. It's going to be big. And we're going to show you how to grow your business and how to start a business. So join us for that Super Saturday. We would love to have you. The invitation is open. Until next time. And my song again is It's My Time. It's your time. Hey, it's time for you to rise, and whatever you put your mind to, have a good attitude, be positive, and know it's about how you think and what you think in your heart and what you say. So watch your words.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
So this is, well, hold on, a song. I had to wait again.
I know. I'm sorry, but I'm telling them, don't give up.
Don't give up. Don't give in.
Yes.
So again, I do not own the rights to this song. It's My Time, Kelly Price.
1, 2, 1, 2.